Good morning, dear students. In this video lecture, I will be discussing one of the important question and a bit difficult. So, in this, it is question number 10, subpart E. Now, it is an isosceles triangle in which a rectangle is inscribed, as you can see, and we have to find the area of shaded region. Now, the question says this two side isosceles right angle triangle means this side and this side is given in the picture that it is equal. Now, to find out the area of this shaded portion, what you are supposed to do? First of all, we have to calculate the area of this entire triangle, and then we have to find out the area of this rectangle. After calculating these two areas, if we subtract area of triangle minus area of rectangle, then definitely we will get the area of the shaded portion. Now, in this case, we don't have the dimensions of this rectangle. Then how to calculate the length and breadth of the rectangle? Unless we find out the length and breadth of a rectangle, we cannot find out the area. Now, the only method which I find suitable to calculate the dimensions is by using Pythagoras theorem. First of all, what we can do, if this side is 3, this side is 3, and it is 90 degree as it is given isosceles right angle triangle, so we can calculate the area of this side, which will be equal to 3 square 3 square. That means if I name this as AB, CD, P, Q, R, and okay, let me first find out the dimension of AB. AB is equal to root under of 3 square plus 3 square. That means 18. 18. 18 means again 3 root 2. Correct? This will be 3 root 2. This side will be 3 root 2 entirely. That means DC. After that, my task is to find the height of this rectangle. How to find out the height of the rectangle? Is it possible to find the height of a rectangle without calculating the side PD? We need to find the height of the side PD. Now, to calculate the length of the side PD, what I find, first of all, I have to find the length of PQ. First, I have to find the length of PQ. So, PQ will be equal to root under 6 square plus of 6 square. That means 36, 36, 72. Again, my value will be this. So, entire length PQ will be equal to 6 root 2. And from the property of isosceles triangle, we know that whenever in case of isosceles triangle, be it the right angle triangle or any type, if it is an isosceles triangle, when we draw a perpendicular from the vertex to the base, it will divide the base into two equal halves, right? So, this is an isosceles triangle, this part is also an isosceles triangle, and this entire triangle is isosceles triangle. So, what I can do, I can draw one perpendicular and name this as M, okay? Now, RM is perpendicular, so from P to M, PM will be equal to half of PQ, which means half of 6 root 2. 6 root 2 means 3 root 2. Now, PM I got. What is the value of DM? DM will be equal to half of AB. Half of AB. AB, what is my AB? 3 root 2. 3 root 2. So, your value will be 3 root 2 upon 2. Now, this much value you are having. P to M means up to here you are having, and this value. So, obviously you can find PD. So, PD will be equal to PM minus of DM. That means 3 root 2 minus of 3 root 2 by 2. That means 3 root 2 by 2. Correct? If you take the LCM, it will be 6 root 2 minus 3 root 2 will be 3 root 2 upon 3 root 2. So, this much part, this much PD, this much is 3 root 2. You have this side 3. Again, you can apply Pythagoras theorem, and then you can find AD. AD will be equal to again 3 square plus 3 root 2 by 2 whole square root under. Minus, actually it is hypotenuse 3 minus. So, it is root under of 9 minus 9 2 is 18. 18 by 4. 18 by 4 means 9 by 2. So, 9 by 2 minus 9 by 2 root under, that means 3 root 2. So, the length of this AD is equal to 3 upon root 2, and we have the length of AB. Where is my AB? AB is equal to AB is equal to 3 root 2. So this length DC is already given. So area of rectangle ABCD, area of rectangle will be equal to length into breadth. Length is how much? 3 root 2 multiplied with breadth. Breadth is how much? 3 by root 2. So root 2 cancel. 3 3s are 9. So area of rectangle you got. Area of triangle PQR is equal to half into 6 into 6. That means 18. Therefore, area of shaded part will be equal to 18 minus 9 centimeter square. So in this way you have to calculate the value of the shaded part. First of all, the length and dimensions of rectangle is not given, so you have to anyhow find out the value of the dimensions. Unless you find out, it will be difficult to calculate. So this is one of the methods by which you can find out the dimensions and then calculate the area. So I hope this numerical solution is clear to all of you. It will be clear once you watch twice, at least you watch 2 times, so that you can be able to understand and then simplify and then calculate the values. Now I will be moving on to the next exercise, that is based upon area of circle, semicircle, and then various other dimensions diagrams like parallelogram, quadrilateral, etc. Now all of you know how to find out the area of circle. So area of circle is equal to pi r square. Area of semicircle is equal to pi r square by 2. Second, we are having area of ring is equal to, what is a ring actually? Okay, first let me write pi r square minus of small r square. What is a ring? A circle within a circle, that means a concentric circle having same center, and this portion area, this is what we have to find out, the area of this portion. This is a ring. It is a plane figure. It is not a solid figure. It is a plane figure. So we have to find out the area of this path. This is also called as the path or ring. Area of ring is equal to capital R square minus small r square multiplied with pi. So this will be equal to small r. So this is the formula for calculating the area of a ring. Now we have to find out the area of a parallelogram. Area of parallelogram, all of you know what is a parallelogram, I hope. So parallelogram means opposite sides are parallel, right? Or opposite, only one side is parallel and equal, and when we join this, then this is also called as parallelogram. Now to find out the area of this figure, what we need is, we need the distance between any of the two parallel lines. So area will be equal to, area of parallelogram will be equal to AB into DH. That means area of parallelogram is equal to AB into DH, or you say base into height. Base into height. Now in this case the base is this one, height is this one. If I change the base, if I say here like E, if I change the base BC, then its corresponding height will be DE, and even if we multiply B into DE, its area will be same as AB into DH, because this plane figure, this parallelogram remains the same. Corresponding to the base, their altitude, their height will change, keep on changing. If this side, suppose I am having this side 7, this side I am having 3, so it will be 7 3s are 21. Let's take here 3, here 7, so 7 3s are 21. So here also if we take this base, and this, our height, suppose I'm saying it is 8 centimeter or say 4 centimeter, then what is its height? They may ask you the question, what is the height, you find out. So similarly, very simply you will write, according to question, 7 into 3 will be equal to 4 into h. That means h will be equal to 7 into 3 upon 4, 21 upon 4. This much you will do, and this will be the height of the what do you call, this parallelogram corresponding to the side BC. Now we have another figure like quadrilateral. Now what is a quadrilateral? A quadrilateral is a figure which is surrounded by 4 sides. It is joined at 4 points and it is a closed figure, but it is not mentioned whether it is a parallelogram or which type of figure it is, but the only thing is given is 4-sided figure. Now if it is given 4-sided figure, then the method to calculate the area will be, like you can draw the diagram, like here if they have given 5, 3, 7, 9. Let's take this is a quadrilateral where it is given 5, 3, 7, 9. Nine or 7, 9, 7, 5, 3, like this. Now if it is given in this manner, then how you are going to calculate? So the method will be like, they will obviously give this plus one of the diagonal length, they will definitely give. Say let us take, they have given 6 centimeter. Then you know by Heron's formula you can calculate the area of this triangle by using Heron's formula, and second you can find the area of this figure also by using Heron's formula. Then you will add those two areas, then it will give me the area of the rectangle, this quadrilateral. Now another figure they may give like they have given a figure quadrilateral and perpendiculars they have drawn. They have drawn the perpendiculars and they have given the length of this line. So how do we calculate? We will calculate using the half into base into height of area triangle formula and the area of triangle formula. And again here same triangle we are seeing, two triangles we are seeing, so we can find out the area of this triangle and then we can add this. See, this chapter is very simple. It is based upon formulas and specifically formulas you have to just apply and then calculate. Here they are self-explanatory problems are given. You need not to be explained much about any of the problems given there. One or two problems may be as such where you need to be some explanation is required. Otherwise all the problems are based upon formulas and direct substitution of formulas. Directly you have to put the values and get the result. So in this chapter you have to only learn how to increase your speed. Your calculation speed should be fast so that you can easily calculate. Here mostly you will see big multiplications, that's all. Now if you have like a pentagon, now it is a regular pentagon. If it is a regular pentagon, then we have to find out the area of this pentagon. Then what is the condition, means what is the method, what is the rule says that in a regular pentagon, when we join the center with the triangle, means in such a way we form that whenever we join the center in such a way that these triangles will always be an equilateral triangle. So area will be equal to 5 times of equilateral triangle, 5 into root 3 by 4 into side square. So whichever side you take, all the sides will be equal. So in this way you can calculate the area of the polygon, be it pentagon, hexagon, septagon and all those things. So I don't think so anything is required. So exercise B and C can be very well solved in this manner. I hope all of you will try to solve and complete this exercise as soon as possible, so that I will move on to our next chapter. Next chapter, let's take triangle, or triangle only. So till then you complete this exercise, my dear students. We have very less time. Thank you.